Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are doing this simple effortless makeup look for work or school. It's that time of the year, we're getting back, and I thought that this might be a good video for you if one of your resolutions is to start your makeup journey, to start putting yourself together. Maybe you have a new job, so you just need to start looking better for work, and you feel like this is one of the steps that you need to take to make yourself just look better and present yourself better. Go ahead and watch this video, and I hope you find what you're looking for. Let's get into it. We are starting by prepping the face using the Yardley loose translucent powder to set lightly over the face. You can use this step sort of like primer as I have in this video, or you can just use your regular primer. But I enjoyed doing this step, so I used this powder and lightly dusted over my face instead of using primer. It makes the skin smooth, and yes, it's a nice little layer to add before doing your foundation. Now, before moving on to the face, I actually start with the eyebrows. You have to make sure that your brows are perfect. It's the one step you have to that could actually take more time if you're a beginner, because you have one perfect brow and now you have to make sure that the other is the identical twin, or at least a very sort of identical sister and not a distant cousin. So you have to take your time here. That's why I like starting with them, just to perfect them and make sure that they're good. Otherwise, if you have a bad eyebrow day, you just don't look so good, so anyways, after doing my brows, as you could see there, I have to now make sure that they are perfect and precise by cleaning them up underneath using my concealer, my LA Gold Pro Concealer. The shade that I'm using is Warm Honey, and then I'm blending it all out, and we have a perfect sharp underbrow. But I like to keep it more natural looking at the top, so I don't really conceal. Most of the time I don't conceal the top of the brow, so again, it saves you time if you're a beginner. But if you feel like you did a bit of a mess, you can use your foundation or a very close shade to your skin tone of concealer and use that at the top of the brow to clean that part up as well. But if you did a good neat job, you don't need to waste time doing that. You can save your steps, your time with the extra steps, by just concealing underneath the brow and cleaning up in that area, sharpening that area. Now, to make sure my brows stay in place all the time, I use my eyebrow gel mascara. This is by Essence in the shade Blondie Brows, and this is just because I like my brows a little bit lighter, so this helps to lighten them up a little bit and of course hold them in place. Moving on to the face, we are now using our Warm Honey Concealer again by LA Girl, and I'm highlighting all the areas that you really want to highlight your face. Bridge at the nose, underneath the eyes, the corner of the eye, cupid's bow, chin and forehead, and also for the contrast right there underneath your contour area, your cheekbones. You want to add it, or at least I've added it in this way, because the method that I'm using is either a no foundation, or in my case in this video, as you will see, minimal foundation. This method of applying your foundation gives you medium to full coverage, depending on how much product you build up afterwards. It could really look full coverage, but not too full. So it's medium to full coverage, and it really feels lightweight on the skin, and it saves you a lot of product. So you don't have to go first with the layer of foundation and then go on with your concealers on top. You go straight in with to the areas that you'd want to use your concealer, and use your concealer. A concealer is really thick and strong, and full coverage, more full coverage, or thicker, fuller coverage than most foundations. So it's really good. We're saving product, and there's no need to worry about, what if my skin peeks through. In that case, if you have areas of problematic skin, that's where you can go ahead again, pack up your concealer in that area, and use your actual shade of concealer, or actually pack it underneath before going in with the highlight step. Now I know I look a bit ghosty at the moment, a little bit, because I used a highlight concealer, so it's not exactly my shade, or undertone actually, but it's not too bad. And you'll see after blending and putting all the products together, sometimes, you know, with creativity, with makeup, with hairstyle, with things like that, you have to trust the process and understand that it won't always look pretty. Sometimes it looks pretty in the end, or once things start coming together. So now, as you can see, I'm contouring my face, and I am using the dark cocoa shade of the Illegal Pro Concealer again, and I love my cream contour. So I'm contouring all the areas of my face that are usually naturally shadowed, and we're creating that nice beautiful contrast of highlights and shadows on the face as we naturally would. Look at that glowy finish, look at that beautiful finish. I love this. And I'm blending with my brushes the nose, all the areas where I applied my concealer. I am blending it out, as you can see there, by the bridge of the nose. I'm taking it up towards the brow. It's defining that part of the nose and actually sort of elongating and also creating beautiful shadows that, you know, even your eyeshadow look will benefit from. So that's actually quite interesting. And as you can see there, now it's time for foundation, and it's minimalistic and minimal as possible, saving product, as I told you. As you can see, this is lovely, this is amazing, with saving product, and just blending it in there on all the areas where we feel like, okay, we're still seeing some skin peeking through, and this area would benefit from getting a bit of foundation. And that is it. We're blending it in, we're all done. That looks beautiful. That's a beautiful finish. Now I'm going all over the areas basically of my makeup. It's summer, guys, we need to set our makeup. So I'm first setting my contour using my Essence Compact Powder in the shade Espresso, and using my same contour brush just to go over all the areas that I contoured my face. And now I'm setting the contour with this contour powder shade. And now that we've contoured, we are setting our highlight concealer. Important to note is that underneath the eyes and on top of the eyelids, I'm not going to set the top of the eyelids. I'm actually just going to go with my eyeshadow right like that. That's how I like it. That's what helps the eyeshadow stick. But what's important is that you should note that these areas do tend to crease. So just before you go over with your powder again, just blend it all out again if there's any creases, and then you can go in with your powders. I'm going all over the areas where I used my highlighting concealer, and in the other areas such as the bridge of the nose and underneath my cheekbone contour, I'm actually going to use a bit more powder and let it set in for a bit. And this is called reverse contouring, so I'm just gonna let it sit in for a bit and sink into the skin. And basically it's gonna help set this area more, but moreover it's going to help this area become brighter, essentially. With this powder, you have to make sure that you either use a translucent powder or you use a brighter powder, or you use a brightening powder or a translucent or neutral powder, not a darker powder, because you're going over your highlighter. Now we're going over these cheeks and the nose with blush, just to be a bit blushy. You know I'm a blush girl. We're using the Illegal palette, blush palette. And then we're gonna do a simple two-step eyeshadow using our Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air eyeshadow palette, and I'm going in with the white shade there, as you can see, with my flat brush at the front. And then I'm going to go in with my darker brown shade with my round fluffy brush to the edge of the eye, and we're just creating a beautiful soft eye look. Very simple, 2 steps only, and this is actually quite beautiful and still subtle for work, so we're not doing too much, but we still look good. Now we're gonna dust off the excess powder, and then we're gonna set the face with our Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray, and go over the cheek cheekbones that we're highlighting. We're going over the cheekbones, the bridge of the nose, and we're also going to go on the underneath the eyebrows. Now, one thing to note is that, as you can see, my one cheek is looking a bit crazy. That's because when I sprayed my face, there was a big drop of water there, of setting spray. So that's what setting spray does. It illuminates your highlighter. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. You guys are gonna see how I'm gonna fix that. As you can see now, I am going into the inner corners, and there's the fix coming along with the wet beauty blender, and we're just going over all the highlighted areas to make the highlighter pop more. But on the area where there is a mistake, this is now our time to fix. And as you can see, I did a pretty good job. Now, to make our eyes pop, of course, we have to add a bit of mascara, and we're using the Essence Lash Princess mascara. We're using the Essence Lash Princess mascara for mascara, and Essence mascaras are generally pretty good, honestly, in my opinion. They're good and I have no complaints. Now for lips, we are going in with our MAC matte lipstick in the shade Antique Velvet. We're using this lipstick as lip liner, and then we're going to use the Rimmel London Stay Matte liquid lip color in the shade Latte to Go. We are using this matte liquid lipstick, and nude. We're going for this nude neutral look. It matches the eye look, but it's also, as you can see, in general, this is a respectable work kind of look, and we're glossing it up a little bit with the Essence Extreme Shine Plumping Volume Lip Gloss in the shade Milky Way, and we are looking gorgeous. We are done. We are dusted. This is very beautiful. I hope you guys enjoy creating this look. Tag me in your recreates, show me. I hope you recreate. Let me know in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I look gorgeous. I look great. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. If you aren't subscribed yet, please join the fam by clicking that red subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss out on an upload. I can't wait to see you guys in my next upload.